What up, guys? Welcome to the Double Dusted Discussion. Your boy, the South Spouse, here with Big Lynch, and Woody's here. Woody's Gamertag.
Thanks for having me.
Is that right? Do I ever call you Woody's Gamertag?
I think just Woody.
Yeah, it's just Woody. But
Yeah.
you are Woody's Gamertag.
That is me. Yeah.
A lot of people call you Woody's Gamertag. Like that's your Woody's Gamertag. Like one word.
I like
Lynch, you remember Woody's Gamertag? You remember this guy,
Of
Lynch?
course.
You know what my first gamer tag was?
What?
Matthew S. Woodworth.
Oh, that's official.
Is that your name?
Yes. Yeah. That's right.
Hold up. This is so crazy. You're Matthew?
Yeah. Yeah. But so sometime in the third grade, I got the nickname Woody. My last name's Woodworth. And I just thought it was so cool to have a nickname it was never penis related. Or it was just
Yeah, you're like Woody. Hell yeah. You're like, Wood's cool.
I'm like, I have a nickname? Yes. I'll take it. And
But Woody, Matthew's crazy to me. I put a lot of weight into names for a very bizarre reason. I can't explain it.
Well, don't
But,
you
like,
feel
I
that
see-
if you were named, like if your name wasn't Harley, you're not this guy. This is not the path you take. If your name's John Mornstein, forget it. Like you work in marketing.
John
somewhere,
Mornstein
so-
at this size, I'd be very useful to society.
yeah,
that
far
haircut's
more.
vibing Noah to me, though. Like
What's that?
That haircut, you look like a 16-year-old Noah. Who belongs like you work at Chick-fil-A with that look.
No H at the end either. Yeah.
It's crazy. I gave myself this haircut.
Yeah. Was
I never gave.
Was it your first time cutting hair?
Yeah, I never did it. I mean, I've shaved my head before.
Lucky
But-
guess.
I say it's bad. Eh? It's bad. Yeah.
I actually like it, but
You know, the
but I
first
wanna
day I
make fun.
did it, it was very tight on the sides, and
Uh-huh.
a couple people were like, "What did you do?" But I'm really big on hair grows back. It's fine.
Yes.
I never put a lot of weight into haircuts, but
Mhm.
names, I could see a particular haircut and be like, I can't believe this guy's name is Trevor. Trevor with that
Yeah.
hair doing that. He just did a kickflip, and his
Like
hair is that.
his
His
parents
name's
got
Trevor.
it wrong. They fucked it up somehow. They
No,
named
one
the
day
wrong
there
name.
was a big era when Trevor was huge.
Mm-hmm.
Trevors were a big deal. For
You don't think
many
Trevor's
years.
do kickflips though?
No, I do. That's why
Oh,
I'd be
okay.
like, obviously, look at his hair. His name's Trevor. He just did a kickflip. Like this is crazy. What year is this? But yeah, you being Matthew, that's wild. So no one calls you Matthew.
My
Your wife calls you
parents.
Matt.
My wife calls me Woody.
That's
Or
fucking
Daddy,
G,
of
bro.
course.
That's fucking. That'd be crazy if like I was married and she called me Sauce Boss. Be crazy if your wife called you Woody's Gamertag.
Yeah.
That'd be so much crazier. Even though it's not that much different, really.
It's close. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see it though.
Yeah.
Matthew makes sense to me, but you have more of a history with Woody, so I feel like you've attached. Like that's the name
That makes
now.
sense.
Yeah,
Who, me and Woody?
Dude,
yeah.
I am scratching at the door to talk about Luigi. That's the
Yeah,
man of
me
the
too.
hour.
Me too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's-
Yeah. I thought we would hold off a bit until we touch that, but I absolutely want to touch that because that's crazy.
I want to preface this by saying that we may there be more details coming out. We're going to get into this now, and so we may be a few days behind on some of the stuff, but regardless, it's interesting.
So as we're recording this, they have seemingly the suspect in custody. It turns out some McDonald's employee narked on him.
I know.
$50K though. That's what they're offering.
Harley, I want to get a
Was
thumb
that
on the
50K?
pulse
They
of
upped
where
it
you
from
stand.
they upped
for
it from
this.
10 to 50.
Yeah, I guess.
were you-
You know,
what were you
McDonald's
gonna say?
employee, it's hard to turn that down. But Harley, if you had this choice and your objective was to do the greater good for society, would you want to be the world's most talented surgeon? Right? You can do a lot of good with that. Or the world's most skilled assassin? Who can make the world a better place?
Though that assassin can affect more change. Am I automatically going to be doing the right thing? By right thing, I mean things that I like.
I think we're trying to
Am
do
I going to be happy with the results of the people that I kill?
Your motivation is to make the world better. So you're going to make in your own
Oh,
choices.
it's me making calls?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
but
Whatever you think
that'd
makes
be
the world
really-
a better place.
See, if I'm a surgeon, I'm thinking more like, even though I see the grander scale of your questioning, but as a surgeon, I'm like, oh, if I'm the best, I'm making like $500K a year at least.
Mhm.
And that's what I'm
Way
thinking.
More, way
Not
more
even
than that.
Yeah, I'm just thinking on the low end. And then when I'm thinking about if I'm an assassin, well, what kind of life am I living? Like and then it's my call. Like, what am I going to go do like, I'll be like, I read something on Twitter or TikTok and be like, should I go kill that guy?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, I'm on Reddit. I'm like, what do you guys think would happen if person X from country Y got killed in like 3 days? What would that be good?
Right?
Let me know. Like, I feel like it's
if
too
you're
much
the world's
power.
most skilled assassin, Osama bin Laden doesn't live a decade after 9/11 or whatever it was, 8 years, whatever.
And would that be good? That'd be good, right?
I think so. I think I'm a hot take here. Osama bin Laden, a negative force for the world.
I fucking hate the guy, dude.
Not according to TikTok.
No, I don't even like him. But I know my hair you would think that maybe I'm like a TikTok guy that was like, yo, Osama bin Laden kind of ate when he wrote that letter to America. But that's not me. I don't think he's a chill guy at all. And the contents of his laptop were cringe. But he like you happen to choose a person that if I did assassinate him 3 days after 9/11, well, 3 days, I mean, a lot of money and lives could be saved for sure. But like, how much change would really happen with that one, you know?
Well,
like if I had the ability to know beforehand to make assassin a more enticing option in this question, if I had more knowledge of to preemptively stop 9/11 from happening.
But so maybe America doesn't spend the next 20 years in Afghanistan killing people, or however long we were in Iraq.
Maybe that was chill. Maybe there's some.
I know this is.
You don't
have
think
you
there's
seen Charlie
some
Wilson's
deep
War, the
under-
movie?
No, I didn't watch it. Lynch, you watched
What?
it.
Which one?
Charlie Wilson's War. I think I have the
Yeah,
name
I
right.
watched it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get this story like 80% right, but he's like, hey, did you hear about the Zen master? And he's like, oh yeah, there's a kid breaks his leg in a village, and everyone says, oh, that's terrible. And the Zen master says, we'll see. And then everyone goes off to war. The kid can't go to war because his leg is broken. Everyone's like, oh, he's so lucky. And the Zen master says, we'll see. And then people come there to the village, and now he's getting hurt because he can't defend himself. And they say, oh, it's such a shame. He is, we'll see. And the point is, like, you don't really know the outcome of these events that are good and bad until time passes and we get to reflect on them. So to your point, you kill Osama bin Laden 3 days after 9/11. I don't know. At the best case scenario, there's no Afghan war and there's no Iraq war. We just get our revenge.
Yeah, but is that still chiller than me making $500,000 at least a year?
More than $500,000, dude. You're wrong on the number.
But I'm
You're
just saying, am I getting paid as
assassin or
but am I getting
surgeon?
paid?
Money's not a problem.
Okay, so I'm getting paid as an assassin.
Your biggest problem for you, Harley, is that as the assassin, no one can ever take a picture of you. You can't be on social media. You can't really
I'm the best
live.
assassin, he said. That's not even a question.
You can't live your life.
That would never happen.
You can't really live your life.
He's
As a
good at
surgeon,
this.
you can drive your F-150.
No, I'm the best assassin. I could live also.
I think the best assassin.
I would be
don't think
leveraging
so.
my work into my vacation if I'm the best assassin. I'm going to like.
Does that mean you're
Dubai.
infallible? You can't make any mistakes. It's impossible.
Yeah,
the best
that's what he said.
assassin does
Same with the
assassin
surgeon.
stuff like 7 days a year. Right? Like
I
but
thought
that
he
even-
was putting in way more.
that
There's a
even-
lot of
okay.
bad guys. You don't think he's
Why
putting in more
7
work
days?
than that?
I'm probably doing a guy a day.
yeah, right. That's my point. Like
7 days. 7 days. out of
okay,
the
maybe
year?
I stretched it. Make it 14 days a year. That's
feel like
enough
it's
to get
gotta-
7 kills. 7 effective kills. Like, who are you taking out? Who's the worst of the worst?
There's a lot of bad
Who's
people.
who are the worst actors on the planet right now? Is it somebody in Hezbollah? Is it someone in Iran?
That'd be such a waste of my talents. I have 7 days a year. They're all fucking using their walkie-talkies.
You
Why
can
would
work
I be
more
the
if you
guy?
want. I bet the U.S. government will give you a cool like $27 million to take out the right
See,
guy.
that's what I say.
It's
Is
like
like,
a
I want to
rounding,
know who's,
like a rounding
who's
error on the budget.
but who's paying me? Because that's the thing. Like, I don't want to be in anyone's pocket like that. I'm the best assassin. I want to be above it all. I want to be.
Someone's got to be paying you, dude.
Anyway, let's get back to the point. We got
Well,
stuck in the-
I wanted to ask you, what did you think?
Yeah, it's true. We don't have 4 hours, Lynch. Like,
Yeah,
Woody's
no,
like, we got to.
no,
move,
I
bro.
want to
Woody does
ask because I
Woody's
feel like
podcast.
he asked
For
that
all
those
question.
Harley's
listening-
done is answer with questions to the question.
Yeah,
Which one
Woody
has
hates,
greater
Woody hates the
impact
way
on
I
the
move.
world?
Lynch. You see, we're out there, Lynch.
Yeah.
Woody hates. Woody
I think him and I
hates
would
the
get
way I
along.
move.
Actually, I think Woody and I would
What's
get
your
along.
answer?
I think I'd be the surgeon.
He'd definitely be the surgeon.
Okay.
I could answer that for
There's a
him
lot. There's a
10
lot.
minutes
There's a
ago.
lot. You guys, what you guys want
I
to decide?
forgot you're Jewish. Of
I don't-
course you would.
Well, you don't think I want to control the world?
If I couldn't
From
be a
behind the
surgeon,
scenes?
maybe a certified public accountant. Just saying.
But what about you guys? I don't want either of you guys to be the assassin. I'd
Why?
rather you guys be surgeons.
We're too
Too
dangerous.
bad. I think the assassin can make the world
But
so
no,
much
then
better than the surgeon
I'm
can.
assassin fighting you for it. If I know any of you guys, if I know anyone's going to have that power to be the assassin, make calls like that, it should be me. I'm going to make better kill calls than both of you guys for sure.
Well, that's
Definitely not.
probably right. Yeah, I'm not.
Lynch would do it to someone who cut him off in traffic. So badly.
No. You know what? I almost went postal today.
On a biker. That
I almost went postal today at
What
the
happened?
daycare pickup line. Like people just take such liberties at the daycare pickup line. It's like the parking lot's full. There's one area where 4 cars can fit where you jump in, jump out, grab your kid. 3 days in a row I've gone there and people are just fucking lollygagging around. The amount of lollygagging, I get it, you have a kid. Like I move for real. Like I'm getting the fuck out of there ASAP. I say hi, bye, thank you very much. Let's go home. And other people are just sort of lounging around. Like,
so what do you want to do when they're lollygagging?
Wait, why does it impact you if someone's lounging around in a parking
Because
lot?
I can't park my car and go get my kid and leave where I'm at. I don't want to have to wait 15. I've had to wait 15 minutes today and there's no parking. Like it's pull up parking. Like you pull up and you jump in and out. And there's a parking lot, but the parking lot's for people who are going to actually use the center and not necessarily the daycare.
So there are no spots and you find yourself driving in circles through the parking lot waiting for an
I'm
opening?
even worse than I park like and wait behind the line and just have my blinker on. But
but let me give you a little tip, broski, okay?
Sure, yeah.
That's excellent and important networking time. Everyone's there putting 15 minutes in. You should be there with them. You should be in the mix.
I'm super effective in my networking. My networking capabilities are far beyond.
This is an easy one.
5 minutes.
There's people out there that'll get mad at you for fucking this part up.
No, I already.
This is.
I'm on the committee, by the way, and I'm about to
Wait,
start.
You're networking at the daycare parking lot? What connections are you making?
He's trying to hook up with the moms.
Starbucks?
That's what he's trying to say. He's trying to hook up with moms.
Not at all. I'm just saying, listen, I'm happy you're on the committee.
The moms.
If there's a committee, you got to get on that committee.
I'm on the committee. I'm part of
That's
it.
That's good. I'm surprised. You don't really look like a committee kind of guy.
What are we talking about? It's a daycare parking lot. I'm with Lynch. I'm getting in and out. As a matter of fact,
but then you're on the committee also.
I am picking my kid up on a motorcycle where I don't wait for lines. I just pull up on the sidewalk in front of the daycare.
Crazy.
See, I could have fit a motorcycle in there for sure.
3.5-year-old and take him home.
Would you be on the committee?
No.
You wouldn't be on the committee?
What committee is this? The daycare committee?
Is it? Daycare
This
committee?
is the parent committee. Yeah.
You don't want to be on the parent committee?
No, I don't even want to know that a parent committee
I'm only on it so I can wield this kind of power. Because if I wanted to take action, I could. I have the power
you ought to be able
there.
to take action, dude.
Dude, I neither
That's why you're on the sidelines. That's why Jews are making moves and you're on the sidelines, dude. You're not on the committees. You could be on the committee. You're not trying to be on the committee, though.
Listen to me. I neither want to be on the committee nor respect the authority of the committee. I am driving on the committee's gosh darn sidewalk on my motorcycle, picking up my kid. I'm getting a Harley just to be louder because F your committee.
Oh, you know what? You could bring the Harley and probably get away with it once, maybe twice. But after that, you will have issues with the committee.
I'm going to make sure it backfires.
You want to go up against the entire committee? Why do you want that stress in your life? It's actually easier to be on the committee.
Can kiss my ass.
I was recruited specifically because they needed someone of my stature to be a part of the committee for people like hooligans like you who are out there saying no. You know,
they saw him and they're like, we got to get that.
We need this guy. Yeah, we need some
committee
muscle.
would be telling me I can't do it. I'd be like, I can't hear you. There's music playing in my helmet. I hop on, kiddo.
Yeah, but you're in and out, so the committee would have no issues with you. It's really just...
I'd be the one person not causing problems in that parking lot.
Exactly.
You're like, you know what? We got a traffic jam here, but you know who's not jammed? Woody on
People
his two-wheeler.
Be like, yeah, but he's loud. The bike's loud.
What do you ask that
'cause
question
you
to
were
Harley
annoying.
about his assassin surgeon?
Yeah.
Did you at one point think that? So they've caught someone like you mentioned, and from the information we can gather right now, it doesn't seem like it's an assassin. It's like just someone who. It's not an assassin. Did you think it was? Were you guys under the impression that an assassin had stepped up and taken out the CEO?
What information do you guys have of this guy?
He's apparently from, this is all alleged, or what I saw online is that he's from Baltimore, from a well-to-do family, went to a private school, went to UPenn, is an engineer, has multiple degrees, and has no sign of like an online footprint that we've seen so far that is to suggest that he would be like going after the CEO of the biggest healthcare company in the US. This could all change. Like as of right now, this is the information that we have.
But I think what makes someone an assassin?
I think you think it's a good cover story. You think it's a good cover story? I think to be
know,
a good assassin takes more. You got to be like maybe in your 30s to be.
I think Harley's
that's
defining
actually,
him as an assassin based on his recent activities. He's
really?
just
That guy.
He's just it's his newly acquired profession. He's starting.
Oh, you think it's
We
the
don't know
first one?
How old is he? How old is this guy?
I think he's like
just looking at him, 26,
yeah.
but I'm just making that up.
No, so this guy, which you described, sounds like an assassin.
You think
That's
this
exactly
all,
what an assassin sounds like.
You think
he's
just
new to the
his cover story, or this is
a guy, an Ivy League grad who was top of his class, has multiple degrees. He was like, you see the picture of him. He has like a 6-pack. He's ripped. The guy's traveled around the world. That sounds like an assassin. That sounds like a cover.
But like,
story.
why is he getting? If he's an assassin,
26 years old.
Why is he getting caught?
Like,
that's the part that doesn't add up to me.
Well,
like
this could have been.
He left so much information out there for there to be seen.
This could have been his 4th job.
He had to get a
info
Big
that
Mac?
Harley needs.
A snack wrap. Sorry,
he wrote like a 3-page document explaining his motivation.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like an assassin to me. That sounds like a vigilante or an
mental health
activist.
issue or something.
What makes it an assassin? It's the motivations are political, or what?
I guess an assassin does it without feeling an emotion. This guy is an activist. That's just me defining stuff, but there you go.
I feel like an activist can be an assassin also, though.
Okay. Well, clearly he assassinated someone. So your point has some merit.
Yeah, no, by the definition here, according to the dictionary, a person who murders an important person for political or religious reasons is considered an assassin. So by that definition, this seems to fit the bill. I guess what I bring into that equation for me when someone's like, because I've had this conversation when this happened, it's clearly like, I don't know about you guys. In my life, I've had this conversation with more than a few people about it, because it's just so jarring to see that footage, for it to happen to such a high profile person and then to just disappear. And then like pictures come out within a day. It's just so much going on there. And people are like, oh, do you think it's like a professional? Like a lot of people said that to me, you know, just I guess based on how the footage was, how you had the suppressor on and was
What makes it a professional?
someone who's trained in the arts of being an assassin, I guess.
I feel like that means someone pays him.
Yeah, to me, a professional doesn't do it for his own motivations. He does it for money and someone else's motivations.
Yeah, he's a jackal.
Yeah, so I feel like he sounds like anything like that. Like hearing him described is the type of person that I would imagine is an assassin backstory. And this person, maybe he's done this before, but this one was really blatant, right? Like,
I mean, it seemed pretty targeted.
He wasn't doing like the S+ full stealth run. You know what I mean? He got caught on camera and didn't erase the footage.
S+ full stealth run.
Like he didn't do like in Hitman. He didn't go and erase the camera footage after getting caught on camera. He left shell casing, so he left evidence there. Should have picked that up. But that was on purpose because it had writing on it.
Yeah. I assume the shell casings weren't good evidence, because that was an intentional message he left behind. I'm going to guess he handled the bullets with gloves.
But then that's great evidence then, right? Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, in that sense, yeah.
So why is he at McDonald's? Like, what a place to be. It just, he feels like it's a very like...
But would you be there and see that guy and be like, I'm gonna
your picture's everywhere. This picture is everywhere. Like, you would assume everyone's seen it. McDonald's is a high traffic area.
Is he wearing his jacket? If he's wearing that jacket, that was crazy.
I don't know.
Are you mad at this guy? Where are you on this?
I'm like, I mean, I hear about murders all the time and I don't get mad about it. But I mean, I see a lot of people are his fan, and I'm personally, I could guarantee you, I can't really think of a scenario where I would go and murder someone in broad daylight.
I mean, it's
I can't imagine I would go, like, even if someone, God forbid, murdered my parents, I wouldn't go kill them.
Why?
My mom would be so mad if I killed the guy that killed her.
I don't know.
So you wouldn't do it because you'd be letting your parents down? You think
I
it's
just
bad?
don't think I'm going to kill someone. That's like not, I can't really imagine me doing it.
Well, what if you had a child? I feel like that maybe hits a bit.
I've always held that thought that I'm like, oh, this might mean more if I had a kid.
Because like the natural order of things feels like your parents should pass away first, and then it's, you know, like that. But when that order gets put out of whack by, not by accident, say by some intent, it feels like that just hits a lot harder than anything else that could possibly happen.
Natural order of things. Number 1, men.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong, Matthew?
Oh, no.
No, you're right. Yeah, the reason that I don't kill people isn't because I'm worried about what my mom thinks. It's
Oh shit. Okay.
because I would hate the repercussions myself, and the people who need me would hate the repercussions. That's the reason why. And by the way, I'm not killing good people, but if I could press a button and kill bad people with no repercussions, I think that's.
You're really fucking.
I think
pissed
it's good.
about Trump. Hey, you want to be an assassin, dude? That's crazy.
Oh,
Trump's
you're
not the guy.
You're not happy with
He's-
the result of the election?
Yeah. So I'm not a Trump guy. I
Okay.
think Trump has character flaws that cause him to make bad decisions in office.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not such a clear cut bad actor that I would go after him. Like, he wouldn't be at the top of my list. But there are other people who do nothing but hurt the world all the time that I would pick.
What is your take on the like? We don't. So we live in Canada where.
Hold on, I want to hear who he was gonna kill.
No, I can't say.
No, he wasn't.
It's up to him.
I knew he wasn't going to reveal
No,
that.
no.
He's got a list. He starts pulling it out. Yeah, no, he's checking
Yeah, I
it
haven't
twice.
100% decided not to execute any of these people yet. We can't,
Harley,
we can't put
number
my
one.
list on the internet.
Okay, I got a question for you though.
All
All
right.
Not you, Lynch. You're not the guest, bro.
You pass it to Lynch. I'll share it.
How much money do you make on PKA?
I'm
every
not
month?
telling you that.
How much money does everyone make, and what's like the overall breakdown?
We split it 3 ways.
No, it's funny. I actually went on your on our subreddit because it's made up of a lot of viewer guys.
Okay.
And told them that Woody's coming on tonight, and I was like, got some questions, and the one I just asked, that was my question, but you're a coward. That's fine.
Yes.
And by the way, no mean comments.
There were no
there was
mean
nothing
comments about me?
No, they're really like way less than they used to be.
No. Woody's comments on the last episode of this podcast was universally positive. People were enjoying.
Okay, but don't gas him up.
No, I'm
Don't gas him up.
I'm telling you,
we're good hosts. So
I
make
looked
it
it
easy
up.
for
I'm
him.
telling you,
That's
they
on
were-
us.
That's on us. Okay, fine.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure if I looked at the comments on my YouTube channel, it would not be very positive.
I thought this was a good question.
Yeah.
How long do you think you'll be doing PKA?
Oh, yes. I don't know. I thought it would have ended long before now.
Just YouTube in general or PKA specifically?
Both.
Yeah.
So I've talked about this since the start, and I thought about it a lot when I left my career. I was a software guy at Cisco IT, and I was a computer programmer. And what I thought YouTube was going to be was like 5 years where I earned more than I did as a programmer, but it also set my career back 5 years. And I was like, do I want this? Is this
How much did you earn as a programmer, and then what did you start earning for that to happen, and what do you earn today on PKA?
So as a programmer, on a good
This guy's
year,
pocket
I
watching
make like
heavy, this.
180. And once my YouTube
180.
earnings equaled that,
180K.
yeah.
The fucking cum pills are popping off.
Once my
Whoa.
YouTube earnings equaled my day job, I quit the day job, knowing that we could, do fine on that. And then I devoted more effort into my YouTube. So, but what? So I thought I was going to spend 5 years making more than I did at Cisco, and then my career would be, delayed or sort of, fucked up by 5 years, and then I'd go back at it. That was my expectation. And a few years in, I paid off my house with the dancing money. Do you remember the dancing competition? Dude,
No.
I entered a dancing competition, and
What kind of
The-
dancing?
so we did this thing. We had like 9 days to learn a choreographed routine, something like that. And
Is there a video of this?
yeah.
Zach, pull it up.
There and then there was a second round where we did it again. So altogether I worked like 12 days or something. And where I really work though is during the voting, I live streamed every day. And then during that live stream, I encouraged my audience to vote for me. As a dancer, I was, of the 12 people, I was maybe like 7th or 8th best. Like I
This
wasn't
is
the,
ringing. This is ringing a bell now. Actually,
Yeah.
man, I actually smoke a lot of hash. This is,
and I
this is
wasn't the
something-
most popular either. Like I beat Sea Nanners, I beat Chocolate Rain Dude. Like
Oh, okay.
I beat
remember
Obama Girl.
this. Okay, yeah, yeah.
These were relevant people at the time. And but they didn't live stream every day during the voting, and I think that's how I really won.
So where was this shot? And
Hollywood.
It was in Hollywood. You had to go in and spend time there. And how long did it take to make the decision ultimately to win the competition?
Oh, shucks! After the voting ended, I think they told us 3-4 days later.
And this was a YouTube production.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it was on YouTube, and
YouTube was doing it back then. Huh?
So I made. Since this is Harley's drilling on the money. I think
Yeah.
I made $37,500 altogether on that dancing competition, and I owed these numbers are close but not perfect. Maybe 65 on the house. So I was making YouTube money, so I just had the other 30 laying around, and I paid off my mortgage, and that felt really good. I was not on schedule to pay off my mortgage at that pace, just through Cisco.
Damn.
Did you buy any Bitcoin?
I'm stupid. No. At WoodyCraft, that Minecraft server, we used to let people pay in Bitcoin. And me, being so smart and not wanting to lose money on this fictitious make-up dollars thing.
It's not stupid. It's
converted the Bitcoin into dollars on a nightly basis. If I had those Bitcoins today.
That's actually not stupid.
Holy shit. Did you do the math?
But how many Bitcoin was there?
No, I don't know how much I collected.
But there was 20.
20 Bitcoin?
Yeah, there's 20.
I mean, that's not a bad guess. At the time, people would buy the most expensive thing we sold was $500. But the reality is they always waited for a half price sale. So the most expensive thing we sold was $250. And you get
$250 of Bitcoin.
Back in 2012, that would have been something.
Holy shit. It's holy shit stuff. But I'll explain to you that it's not stupid. Whenever people are like, oh man, I wish I could go back in time and tell myself to buy Bitcoin. I'm always like, that's not enough. That's not enough information, because you'd have to go back, tell yourself, yo, you got to buy a Bitcoin, man. Trust me, buy Bitcoin. And then you buy Bitcoin at $1. And then when it gets to $100, you sell it. And you're like, wow,
killed it.
Great tip from me. And then it goes up 1,000 times more. You
would have had to buy it. A lot of
people that made money on Bitcoin, they were just crazy people or forgot it and found it again. But it does. It is crazy that the world, money does that, right?
I have a question about people who make their own coins. So here was the thing. There was a fad almost. I'll call it 2017, but whenever it was, 2022, 21. People would make their own coins who had some sort of online following, like the Hawk Tui girl just did. Mm-hmm. And then the only people who really walked away from this making money were a few lucky ones and the celeb behind it, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, if you do it like Ice Poseidon did, where you pump up the idea that this is going to be a moneymaker and then you rug pull, that's bad. But what if, when you make the coin, you tell everyone, this is a scam. I think 99% of you will lose money and 1% of you will make it. The only person really locked in to make money is me. If you're interested in this deal, let's go. Is it still evil?
No.
No? Because that's just educated adults gambling.
No, you've given them the information up front. You've told them exactly. It's a good strategy, but it's just hard to convince people to buy that unless you're so popular at that time that anything you do.
You'd have to make it very clear for it to not be evil, and there would have to be friction. It would have to be hard to do.
I think you'd have to include 1 or 2 people in the dump. So everyone gets to invest, but only 5 people will be able to sell in time to make the money that's required.
It's
kind of like a game, right? So everyone gets to get in, and it's more gambling. It is all gambling anyways, but yeah, I think that's the only way you could really incentivize people to invest, because if you get in on the rug pull, it could be millions, right? At the end of the day, the numbers are pretty crazy.
But at this point, the Hawk Tua coin, buying that is just so crazy stupid to us. But we are people that are in tune with the nonsense out there. A sucker is born every day.
Yeah.
If a new person was 18 years old and had no idea, or you know what I mean?
At 18, I would have never bought Hawk Tua coin ever. At 18, I would have never done that. That would have never.
Of course.
I was a collegiate swimmer, And we did this winter training camp every year.
Matthew was.
And the way that we
True,
funded winter training camp is we go to the football games and we'd sell these 50-50 raffle tickets. And the premise was really simple. Half of the money that goes into this goes to the swim team.
We call
the
those
other
half and half.
Okay. The other half goes to a lucky winner. That to me seems almost parallel to these Bitcoin scams where like, look, we're rug pulling this stuff. Half of the money goes into our pocket. We're the only guaranteed winner. Everybody else at this whole football stadium is losing money except for one guy. And no one cried and said that was a scam. Like it was just out in the open.
But but this is like the scales are tipped way more towards the coin owners than a 50-50 half and half thing. Like they're not not doing that.
Unless you're in on it and you set up a real scam.
Yeah,
like
they're scamming everything. They're taking it all. It's going to all of them. And then it's going to their friends and their family after that. And there's nothing left for the people.
Did you hear the explanation for what I found it like kind of interesting and like no one really dived into it? I'd like to get the accounting for it. Is that the Hawk, like people, they get to the Hawk to it. People did a Twitter Spaces or Next Spaces, and they get into this idea of like the upfront cost to create this coin, and that's why they need to run these like 15% fees, right? I think they made a couple million, or they made 7 figures on just fees, like transaction fees. And what I found, I was like, well, can we? And I was like, oh, that's just bullshit, right? But I'm like, can someone like, well, we had to set up a company in the Cayman Islands, whatever. We had to run employees. I'm like, can someone actually account for this? Because my feeling is that it's not hard to create these coins, that it really probably costs next to nothing to do it, but they're making it sound. And like, everyone's just like, that's bullshit. But I'd like someone just to account for, like, tell me what the actual startup cost for a coin is. Like, what does it require? Anything?
Dude,
nothing?
I think kids can do it. Like I haven't done it, so I don't know the details. But like, it's not like they're starting from scratch when they build these coins. They're just grabbing some open source, whatever, putting a name on it and whipping it out. I don't think it's hard to do it.
The guy was like being like, oh God, the startup cost. You don't even, the amount of money. They set up the company in the Cayman Islands.
The guy is Doc Hollywood.
Oh, sorry.
And We Run LA was one of my favorite songs back in the day. You ever hear that song?
Probably if I heard it, I would know. But like,
that was sick, dude. That was sick back in the day. And then I met him at Howie Mandel's house, and he was mad chill. They're filming a music video there.
Was he a germaphobe?
No, he wasn't.
What?
Howie was.
Not Doc. Hollywood.
Howie was. I saw Howie a couple times. And one time he touched me. I got tapped on the shoulder and I turned around and it was him. And I was like, whoa.
Really?
Yeah, wasn't that crazy? That's one of the craziest things ever happened in my life.
Being touched by Howie Mandel.
Well, isn't it bizarre? You know about the whole germaphobe thing, and then you're like, whoa.
Right.
He touched me. It make me feel gay again.
Call me when Kevin Spacey touches you. That's the touch you're looking
yeah,
for.
You would like to hear about that, eh? Call 1-800-GAY-MAD if you want to hear me talk about that.
1-800-GAY-MAD has the right amount of digits, too.
I calculated that as I was speaking. I was like, yeah. And then I was like, what's it going to be? I'm like, it's got Matt works. And I'm like, you know what? Bring Matt back. I'm really blown away by the whole Matthew
It's
thing.
good because 100-Gay Wood is probably taken.
Shit. We should take that right now if it's not. Back in the day, those 1-800 numbers, I guessed many of them back in the day. I used to love going to payphones and putting it in, like waiting for my mom to pick me up after basketball or something. Me and my buddies, like 4 payphones at the school where we're doing this, and we would put in call these 1-800 numbers, and it would be like just sex talk. We had this commercial that always played back in the day. It was like, pick up the phone. Do you remember that?
No.
No, maybe Lynch is a Canadian one for sure. But yeah, it was like, pick up the phone. And it was just horny talk.
Yeah, we definitely had horny talk on the phone. We also had comedy ones. And I
used to call one and get jokes. I got a joke every day.
But it cost money, right?
No, it was when we got the new phone that it had a screen on it, a screen that looked like a calculator, but it had caller ID on it, and it had all these options, and you can get the weather on it. It all looked like calculator graphics, but there was a jokes one there, and you'd press and you would call, and I guess the phone was like a price unlock thing where I would get like a joke of the day. And it was awesome. I would sit there and eat a bowl of cereal like grade 3, 4, 5 and sitting there listening to the phone on speaker.
And now AI can you can set up an automation to send you jokes every day from AI. Imagine
and what do you fuck with AI?
It's just sometimes when I have questions, I get it to answer. I don't have my finger on the pulse of it or anything.
Yeah. What do you feel about AI? What if AI starts doing podcasts?
They are.
Oh, I think it's a little overblown. I could be wrong because everyone seems to think that it's going to change the world. I don't know. I think it's just unreliable internet fodder clumped together into.
Do you think AI is not going to change the world?
Right.
That sounds like when my mom was like, the internet's a fad.
I never thought the internet was a fad.
No, that would be crazy if you thought that.
Right. And I don't think AI is a fad so much, but I think it's always going to need to be fact checked.
Yes, there's always going to be a human curating along the way for sure. Whoops, look what I've done.
I read. Oh damn! Yeah,
I think there's going to be.
Is that
a
even
human.
Harley? Is this AI?
I had read that maybe they're not. There's not as much room to grow as maybe is promised, based on because they've pulled a lot of the investment forward. Right, a lot of money's poured into AI by the big companies. I'd seen that they're investing huge amount of money into just compute and trying to get as far ahead as possible. And maybe it's not like AGI and all that stuff is just not as simple or as clearly focused as we think it is. But I happen to think it is going to change the world myself. But
when I was a kid, there was a Consumer Reports magazine or whatever, and people would subscribe to this and they would use it to inform their purchasing decisions, right? If you needed a dishwasher or a vacuum cleaner and you're like me, I don't know the first thing about dishwashers. I don't know how to comparison shop them, but these guys would get a dozen dishwashers, test them all out and tell me which one was the best for which mission. Cool. But then every so often, Consumer Reports would test something that I was a subject matter expert in, right? Bicycles. When I was a teenager, I was riding my bike long distances. I did like 250 miles a week.
Yeah, that's some Matthew shit, bro.
Right. So I was sweaty as a teenager. But anyway, so then Consumer Reports starts testing bicycles. And they're fucking morons. They don't know the first things about bike. Pedaling ease was like their top consideration. And I'm like, that has so much to do with gear ratio and so little to do with like the quality of your bike. Anyone could make the pedals turn easily. And, comfort or this or that. I'm like, my gosh, the comfort that you think you're feeling at like whatever, a 1 mile ride is very different from a 35-mile ride or an 85-mile ride. And now when I'm an expert, I realize Consumer Reports is full of shit. And it makes me question what they say about dishwashers and vacuum cleaners. Back to AI. Every so often I'll search and AI will give me an answer on Elden Ring or Call of Duty or something I know a lot about. And I'm like, oh my God, this is wrong. This isn't right. Like I could see why you like grabbed information from different places and arrived at this stupid conclusion.
What do you do when that happens?
I say negative things about AI.
To the AI, do you scold it?
It lowers my opinion of them. And now when I
wasn't joking, by the way, when I asked if you scold it, because I do scold AI every single time. It'll do something like exactly what you said. It'll be wrong, and I know it, and I'll scold it. I get really mad at it. I'm like, oh, is that really it? So
No.
if that's this, and I'll have a conversation with it, and it speaks to me, my AI, my ChatGPT. It tries to talk to me in a particular way, and it'll be like, oh, sorry, bro, I get mixed up sometimes. My bad. How about we get this? And I'm like, don't talk like that. Just you're the computer. I don't want to have to be the one to correct you. I want to be able to rely on you. You can't rely on it like that.
I didn't think about it. What I actually do is it loses my attention. If it gives me bad advice, I'm like, heck this thing. I'm going to go some other direction to get my answers because it's making crap up.
It's not going to like, I wouldn't 100% rely on AI for fact-based stuff. I like to use AI for something that would be more open, something that would be more like, hey, I'm trying to, come up with a business idea. What are the first things? Like, what should I, is like, if I wanted to do this, what, like, something that would maybe inspire me,
I think it brings
bounce ideas off of something that's like not like, let me ask AI. I would actually prefer I Google something than ask AI something that I should Google myself. Like I'd rather do that personally. But if I was like, I want to write a poem. What's something I could write about? and it gave me ideas. I'd be like, oh, what kind of poems can I write? And it's giving me like poem concepts, like poem formats, maybe.
It's a good use.
I never do that, bro. Trust me, bro. I'm straight. I would never fucking talk to AI about poems, bro. You know me, right?
I went through a phase where the moment I learned who our guest was this week for PKA, I would I would ask like ChatGPT for sample questions for this guy.
ChatGPT? Would you say?
ChatGPT.
I thought you said ChatGPT. I don't know. Maybe I made that
Maybe
up.
I said it wrong.
I'm projecting. Maybe go.
Anyway, it'd be like, freaking whatever. Like Rich Rebuilds. Is that the YouTuber? Like this guy is coming on my show. What question should I ask him for a podcast? And 100% of the time it was worthless. After 9-10 weeks, I just gave up on it. It never had a good answer.
Yeah. See, what I like about that is I would then tell my guest, I'd be like, so I asked ChatGPT what to ask about. You want to hear what this dummy said?
That's not bad.
You know what's even good is you get the ChatGPT plugged into it. You put Zach on this shit. Have it plugged in and he presses it and ChatGPT could say it.
That'd be fun. It says here you buy exclusively Puma sneakers. Why? He's like,
is that something it said?
True. No,
is that something?
I made up something stupid.
Okay, because that would be such a funny lie. You'd be like, why would ChatGPT say that about me? I literally never worn a Puma ever.
I'm not sure if I've ever worn a Puma.
I got a question food wise. You ever had PD Quicks?
I've never heard of PD Quicks. Is this a fast food chain?
Yeah, Carolina local one.
That sounds like it's for people who go outside.
Oh, you never had Cookout?
I've had Cookout.
A Southern fast food chain?
Cookout is, I think they're known for burgers. They may also have chicken. And
why'd you just shut all over PD Quicks, but now you're big up on Cookout? Sounds like they're.
I have, because there's Cookouts. I know where they are. I've never heard of PD Quicks. Are there a lot of them?
I know nothing about either of these. So since you know about Cookout, you're now the lead. Yeah, what's Cookout? Tell me about it. You got pretty excited when I mentioned it. There are
no chairs. It is wildly popular. Every time you go to a Cookout, the line is disturbing traffic. Like their parking lots aren't big enough. The drive-through goes into the street and it's a problem. The food is overrated, but not that bad. It's like I thought
you liked Cookout at first. Your reaction. I thought you liked Cookout. You don't like Cookout?
I like it. Okay. So there's this cost benefit to almost everything I eat. And the cost is the calories and the benefit is the enjoyment. And I would say that Cookout is like a 7 out of 10 enjoyment. But the thing is, it's a 10 out of 10 calorie meal. They're known for their milkshakes. So if you go there, you probably want to get a milkshake. Like what are you doing?
Oh, you're saying 10 out of 10 calorie, like a 1 out of 10.
Yeah, I guess. Whatever the worst rating
succeeding
is.
at failing or whatever. It's bad.
Burger must be 800 calories. And then you throw some sort of milkshake. A milkshake that you don't hear about every day. Like, what? There's a such thing as a Snickers Reese's Pieces cup milkshake? I need to try this one.
Yeah,
butterscotch milkshake? I haven't thought about butterscotch in years.
I haven't. You're getting me right now.
Right?
I love butterscotch.
I had a butterscotch pudding the other day. It was delicious.
Really? So butterscotch is a top-notch flavor that nobody eats.
Been sleeping on butterscotch.
You see butterscotch milkshake on the Cookout menu and you're like, I've been sleeping on butterscotch. What am I doing? Maybe this is the one. Maybe this is the time.
I'm like, I'll share my fries with someone because I'm getting that butterscotch milkshake.
Yeah. So you buy the combo so it's good. It's just that the calories are great. And that's the issue.
Gives you tits. You get tits from
I'm curious
like that too many times in 1 month.
Do you did you see that McDonald's is talking snack wraps again? Like they're back. They're pushing this snack wrap. They're bringing it back.
Luigi Mangione got caught.
I'm anti-McDonald's, and not just because they're a bunch of rat narcs, but also I don't know. I've been waiting for them to get knocked off their high horse. I feel like they've been resting on their laurels for most of my lifetime, which is a long time.
The 90s was pretty good, I think.
Really?
I think so. Yeah, McDonald's.
I would argue Wendy's has been better than.
Yeah, but that's a different price point. That's a different
price point.
Barely.
Not anymore.
75 cents more.
Yeah, it is. It's always been like $1.50 max, but in Canada,
you think Wendy's had better, had more value? Like I feel like McDonald's back in the day had good value meals to offer us at good prices.
I was
in today's terms, yes,
always more full at Wendy's.
Are you familiar with the term cheapflation?
Yeah.
It was new to me.
What's that one? No?
Skimflation? No.
Yeah. So of course we know inflation where prices go up.
And then we know skimflation.
Shrinkflation is another one where
and then skimflation.
Skimflation is ingredients related. That's related to like they start changing the ingredients.
You don't know, Lynch. Woody wants to shush us both so hard right now. He almost did. If it was just me, I would have got shushed. But you want to fuck around with the committee. That's one thing you can't do is you can't shush the committee.
That's true. Look it on your ass.
So I didn't hear about skimflation, but that's interesting. Where they
it might be what you're talking about. Sorry, continue.
No. So and shrinkflation is when they to start selling 12 ounces for the price they used to sell 16. Cheapflation is when it really only impacts the bottom level of goods, and we've seen it in restaurants a lot. McDonald's is now the price of Five Guys, roughly, right? And I just brought it up because McDonald's used to have food you could get for under $1.
It's so cheap, like
two cheeseburgers.
You can spend $5,
right?
and you're eating good back in the day. $5 gets you.
If you have $10 at McDonald's, it's Thanksgiving.
It's too much.
Bro.
Yeah, you're gonna get fat. You're gonna get fat.
You can hotbox your bathroom and be living real good after
but
that.
that's not the case anymore. With cheapflation, McDonald's is not that far from Chili's. Do these restaurants all make sense to Canadians?
What's funny, Woody, is that we've talked about this a lot, and what's interesting about it is that there's been this sort of this return to value because it's showing up in their actual business now. Like foot traffic is way down. People are complaining a lot online. They're having McDonald's just had an E. coli outbreak, which was a really big deal. Like they fucked up big time. Like their onions in the quarter pounder got a lot of people sick. And so they've been pushing this value strategy now, and they're trying to get it back. But the numbers still are crazy. Like you still go there and you're like, oh my God, like why is this so expensive? They're never going to get there. But this funny thing about the snack wrap is it feels like they brought it out. I didn't know the snack wrap was such a big deal. The snack wrap to me was just it's fine, whatever. Okay, sure. It's an add-on.
That's the food you have in the car before you have the food
that's
that you got when you get home.
That's the
What's a snack wrap? I'm picturing like chicken and lettuce and tomato
and a tortilla with lettuce and
they had
cheese.
Big Mac ones too, though. Also, they had like a Big Mac snack wrap, which was like a burger, like rectangle in there with the Big Mac sauce, cheese, and lettuce.
But the guy went on Good Morning America to talk about it today. Like I think this E. coli thing was a really big deal, and this whole the whole chatter around McDonald's online right now, I think is really fucking with their business, their bottom line, and they're trying to run offense now. And I think the snack wrap is a big sort of.
Oh, they want people to forget about the E. coli. You're thinking that's why the snack wrap.
I think they're rolling the snack wrap out as like counter PR to all the bad PR right now. They're like trying to here you go, and the reason why they got rid of it initially is because it had operationally it was a disaster to make it. Like it's like their whole thing is like how quickly can you get the food to you?
They could fuck it up. It's like you got to wrap it.
You got to wrap it. There's like everything's about time saving, and so burgers they got it down. The wrap for whatever reason, from an operation standpoint, like you start having people because I find at McDonald's you get sent to the fucking like you go to the drive-thru and like can you just pull forward actually, and I find that to be one of the more annoying things.
Woody doesn't give a shit about this McDonald's stuff, dude. You want to talk to him? Talk about trail mix. Talking about real food shit. You think he's not like us, bro?
I just made some granola today myself.
You're doing your looks, Mac. Saying, what do you eat per week? Because this guy, he's trying to get a 6-pack by the summer. What do you eat during the week?
Dude, for me, weight loss is not about the meals. It's about the snacks. It's never what I eat. It's what I cut.
What's number one snack?
Thing. My number one snack right now is almonds. I eat like
no. When you're fucking up, when you're like I'm trying.
You wish your fuck up was almond.
That's a very calorie dense food. Very calorie dense.
That's the good fats, dude. He's probably
doesn't matter. You can eat 1,000 calories.
This guy's on the mountain bike.
This calories are not great. But 5 almonds will cure whatever was causing me to break down and have a snack in the first place.
Just getting started.
You want a hamburger, but then you'll eat 5 almonds and be like, I'm good.
No, it's more like this. It's 4:00. Dinner's 2 hours away. I want a snack right now. I can have 5 almonds and make it to dinner. That's the move.
Dude, I want to fucking eat that. 5 almonds. You ever look at the 6th almond and be like, I shouldn't. I shouldn't.
Sometimes I'm like 6 and 5 are like the same.
Yeah, 7 is crazy.
Yeah, 7 is not 5. But yeah, or sometimes even worse, I do it right before I go to sleep. Like I had dinner at 6. It is threatening midnight right now. I haven't had a bite for 6 hours and I'm kind of hungry. I will have that half dozen almonds and sleep on that, which is probably bad behavior if you're trying to be skinny.
Are these baked almonds, tamari almonds, just raw almonds? What's the vibe?
Raw
here?
almonds, unsalted.
I think they're
Can't
raw
be.
almonds.
Yeah, 100%.
unsalted.
They're nothing
Yeah.
almonds for sure. Bro, he's eating 5 of them. You listen to this guy?
Yeah.
Have you ever had 12 almonds? I woke up the next day like, oh my God, I fucked up last night.
Dude, yes.
I fucking had 12 almonds. And then you're like looking in the mirror and you're like pinching your fat. You're like, so stupid. That's crazy. Does the voice in your head is the voice in your head ever like, fuck, damn it, Matthew. Damn it, Matt.
Not the Matthew, but my internal dialogue is so harsh and mean. You wouldn't want to be here.
He calls you Woodworth.
Fuck up, asshole. Woodworth would be kind. No, it's like you fucking moron. You did this. What were you thinking? Why did you do this?
That's how I gotta be, eh? That's how I gotta be.
You're hyping
dude,
yourself
I
up?
want to be. I wish I could have 5 almonds and be chill. And that's how I gotta be. I gotta be in my head like you fat. But I gotta be like, you fat fuck. You fat fuck. Eat more almonds, you fat
Harley,
fuck.
you were freaking. I've seen you as a professional athlete. What are you talking about?
I want to do it. I want to be like that forever, dude. I fall off hard.
Nobody is.
Your 7
Everybody
almonds,
falls off hard.
Your 7 almonds is a pizza and a half for me.
You're talking to me on my good days right now. I have abs right now. And
show them. You could pop the top off.
I'm not gonna. You know what? The lighting here is so Phil. It won't look good. It won't look. I need
Turn
to
off
go to
the lights. I need
to go to the gym where my lighting is proper and show the best version of me. But yeah. Right now, I have. I don't compliment myself well, but I'm happy with my visible abs.
You're looking good under there, eh?
Like you're counting. Are you counting calories, or you just know exactly what you got to do to make it happen?
I'm not counting calories, but I am looking at my weight drop. I've lost 21 pounds in the last 6 months or something.
When we saw you last, I did not think you needed to lose 21 pounds to be totally
Turns
fair.
out I did.
I was like, that means I got to lose 150.
You know how much sexier his back is?
Pull-ups
he probably gets disgusted if he looks at his back 6 months ago.
I like pull-ups. They're my favorite exercise, but I can't stop injuring my elbow. I have this golfer's elbow.
We're there too on the elbow shit.
Are you?
My right elbow is killing me right now.
I started to do way lower weight with special exercises for triceps and stuff because my ligaments just can't keep up with my muscle growth.
Where is
when I'm working out? Right here on the inside and outside, both. Yeah.
Okay.
Mine's right on the inside here.
So right there's tennis elbow and golfer's elbow. Golfer's elbow is the one that where you hurt on the inside here.
That's me.
And it's because tennis elbow is the backhand thing, and it's right here that it would hurt. And I don't usually get
annoying pain.
Yes. And the fix is to rest it, but that's not what I want. So I try to manage it, and I haven't really gotten to the bottom of it because it comes and goes for years now.
Gotta get that deer antler spray.
But I got another question.
Yeah.
What's your favorite COD era?
Oh, shucks. See, I'm not in touch with it right now, so I don't know how good it is. But
it's not now. It wouldn't be now.
Yeah. Black Ops 3, I think, was my favorite. A lot of people say Modern Warfare 2. I think they're sleeping on how bad that game was. I
found it frustrating.
What you liked about Modern Warfare 2 was the time with your friends. That's what you really liked, listener. If you think about the game, it was horribly broken and buggy for the first 7 or 8 months of its 1 year cycle.
Right? Everyone was using MP7s at the beginning of that game. Everyone was using an MP7. It was the first time there was a broken gun.
I remember the 1887s. The akimbo shotguns were just wildly overpowered. You'd get sucked into these 12 or 16 man. Is that what it was? 16 man Rust lobbies, a map way too small for that many players. There were care package glitches going constantly. Someone earned a care package and then they would just rain down the entire time. That game was buggy in a way that it ruined your playing experience for 7 or 8 months. And unless you were one of the cheaters, you were just suffering from this. And Modern Warfare 2 was not as good as people remember it being, even though it was profitable for me. But Black Ops 3 I liked a lot. I thought that game had a nice balance. I could use every weapon class on those maps and play pretty
same
well.
Developers or different developers for those?
Different developers. It was Infinity Ward versus Treyarch.
Yeah, I think I was playing probably Halo 3 when Modern Warfare 2 came out, right? And then Halo
Yeah,
Reach.
I think so. 'Cause I was playing games back then too. I think I had both those games.
I loved Modern Warfare, but I did always move adjacently. I was always preferring Halo back then.
I think Halo players are more skilled. I didn't understand that at the time.
It took a lot to kill people in Halo.
And also it took a particular thing. Correct me. Is it 4 shots to the body, 1 to the head? 3 to the body, 1 to the head? How does it work?
The battle rifle was 3 shots to the body with like 3 bullets each shot.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe on the 3rd shot, or maybe it's the 1st shot of the 4th shot, if that's a headshot, they're dead. But it was like a really specific thing there.
And there was like strafing, because the time to kill was longer. Strafing and having an unpredictable strafe in particular was really important. In COD, if you just move it all and get the like sort of control the engagement, right? Like be the guy who starts the fight in Call of Duty, then you can do really well. But like I'll do this. In Call of Duty, let's say that you're way better than me, and I've done this. I've played this like, okay. So you're on Optic and you're just in a whole nother league than me. If we play to 15 kills, I bet I get 5. And that's not a guess. I've done that against the Optic guys, who I don't pretend to be 1/3 as good at, but
not against 5. The Optic sauce boss spelt with 5s, by the way.
So I play these guys on Optic's COD team, professionals, current, who were trying, and get 5 or 7 kills off them. If I played a Halo Pro like that, I get 0 kills because like the luck gets removed. It's more skill based. That time to kill, what it's asking from a player to get like 3 or 4 and then 1 to the head.
I always found
hard.
Halo to be like a Call of Duty, even more so today than ever. When I played, I feel like, and I was always a fan of Unreal Tournament and Quake Arena and stuff like that. Call of Duty feels like that. When we're sliding around and jumping around corners and everyone has an insane gun, it feels closer to that type of game than any other game that I play these days, you know?
Wait, I got lost in there. Call of Duty feels closer to Halo?
No, feels closer to like Quake 3 Arena and Unreal Tournament games I used to play, like the Twitch shooters there, like the boomer shooters where you're jumping around. People used to like dive left and right and do like side rolls and shoot, these really crazy guns. Everyone had a crazy gun. Now in Call of Duty, you go a level like Shipment, everyone's in a little square. They're jumping around corners and sliding around corners with like 2 shotguns in their hand. And that's very Unreal Tournament. Just looks like tactical, but it's not at all a tactical game. I really wish Call of Duty, I'm a fan of Warzone a little bit, but I'm very tired of battle royales. I wish there was a big switch up to Call of Duty. They do these games where they have it every year, a new one comes out. I wish every second game was a different flavor of Call of Duty. Maybe one was intensely tactical, and then the off year is something that is go bigger, go like Battlefield style, do like, I wish like something like Warzone, like the guns were, and if it was built like that, where, guns kill faster. Call of Duty's bizarre when I'm sliding around and you literally empty a clip into someone, but they have 2 armor plates that are gold plated, so it takes the whole clip. It's just, there's nothing in real life at all that would be like this. It'd be interesting if, Call of Duty made something very real, because I happen to like that engine. I like, every time I'm always like, I'm tired of Call of Duty. Then it comes out and I put the game on and I'm like, damn, they really make a good looking game. And it always runs well. I never have problems with Call of Duties when they come out.
I'm playing Elden Ring right now, and I'm absolutely addicted to that game. I played Elden Ring like 10 hours today. Like, I am just not healthy in my Elden Ring consumption.
Good. You have a 6-pack, dude. You could play Elden Ring for 10 hours.
Thank you. So, but Elden Ring fancies itself a little bit as a platformer, and it is the worst platformer ever. Your player has momentum. He's going too far. When you want to turn around on a horse, he doesn't pivot in place. So like you're on a horse on like a wooden beam, and then you go to like face the other way and you fall off, and you're just like, what is this?
Elden Ring had platforming moments where I would look at the thing that they want me to do, or what I think they want me to do, and I'm like, is this the type of game you are right now? Right. I'm like jumping up the side of a castle for like 6 minutes, trying to be so careful, knowing that like if I like land and get excited for a millisecond, I'm dead. And it is, I agree. My hottest take about Elden Ring is, I think Elden Ring is a good game. And that's a hot take because people love the game, you know?
Why is that a hot take?
Because people, it's like a masterpiece. It's not a good game. It's not a good game.
When you're like you're downplaying it with that take? Is what you're saying?
Just playing it, bro. Just playing it. I did start 3 times and I did abandon it 3 times. And I did always kind of enjoy myself, but I don't get caught up in games like that really.
I don't know how many times I've beaten Elden Ring at this point, but like 12 or 14 would be a good guess.
Is that what
it's famously hard?
Very right. Yeah. That's the one
that famously easy compared to its other games, though. No, I thought Elden Ring was easier than Dark Souls, Demon Souls.
I've heard that. So I just started with Elden Ring. I've heard that what makes Elden Ring
casual, Matt. You're sitting here talking to us like you beat it all, but you never even. Come on, dude.
I didn't go backwards.
Can you though?
I don't know. I played Lies of P, which is similar, but I haven't
that was hard though. No, I thought that was a hard game.
It's been hard for me, yeah. So, but with Elden Ring, because it's open world, you can like race, not fight the people there, get the thing that would help you, and then go back to the part you're really working. So whatever, like maybe
my favorite part about it.
Maybe you want a talisman that helps when you hit slowly, you hit extra super hard, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like, I need that to beat this guy. So I'm going to go to an area I have no business playing in where you're supposed to get that talisman. And I'm not going to fight anyone. I'm going to run there on a suicide mission, get the talisman, go back to Limgrave where things are easy. And now I have the power I want. But that's what Elden Ring's supposed to be.
That is the best part. And I haven't played a game like that where I could be getting my ass kicked. Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, you know what? And I just go wander off there, do some shit, get beat up eventually there, come all the way back. And I'm like, this place is a bit easier now.
Yeah.
I feel better here.
Your character's better and you're probably better.
You literally physically level up yourself when you play games like that. I happen to very much enjoy Sekiro. That one really connected for me. And apparently that's a hard game, but I didn't find it as hard as the other one. It's more like parrying.
I was going to say, like it's parry focused, right?
Yeah. And I like that. I find the dodge with the invulnerable frames just always is such a immersion breaking thing for me to be diving around over and over again. I feel like it just feels goofy. It feels like Ninja Gate, an Xbox 360 incredible game, by the way, loved it, or original Xbox. But listen, I had one more question though before we go. What's up with the sexcations? You've gone on sexcations before?
Yes.
So why don't you invite me?
I like this. So my wife and I, in a perfect world, 1 week in a month, we'd go somewhere. And it doesn't have to be far. One time we even went to Raleigh. We drove like 12 minutes, got a hotel room for the weekend, and just walked Raleigh with like historical tours, stuff like that. And we're sure to bang a lot, right? And I just consider this like, I don't know, hitting the gym for a marriage. You know, this is a good relationship building thing.
Definitely.
I have a special needs son and we love him dearly, but it's also kind of cool to like get away from the kids for a few days and focus on each other.
It's good for them too, right?
Probably.
To know that their parents need to do their thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Colin looks forward to it. So even though he's 21, he's special. He's autistic and he can't be by himself. So we hire his best friend to sleep in our house and sort of watch the house and watch Colin all the time. And those guys go play frisbee golf. They go golfing, not golfing. They go bowling is the other thing. Frisbee golf, bowling. They'll go to the movies, whatever, Target, shopping. And so he's having
how much you pay him? What kind of tip you give him?
Jackie would know.
Get her in here. Let's go. I want to know how much. Also, you
this is actually called
crazy angle. No one does that on podcast.
This is the pocket
how much money you make?
For 2 nights, I don't know. It might be like 500 or something like that.
What kind of tip you give on that? Nothing.
We don't always. Sometimes we do tip. Like if we maybe get home at dinner time instead of lunchtime or something, we be sure to pay extra. But it's not super expensive. But yeah. So we do the sexcation thing. She usually brings a bunch of dope outfits, banging, and
that's what you do. You get the 6-pack for that. That's what you bring to the table.
Yeah. So
that's great.
So she's staying fit too.
That's great. Also,
she's on it.
Yeah. I've always found that I was more into my sex life when I'm more fit. When I'm out of shape, I'm like, with my girl, and I'm like, oh, look at her. Fucking this guy? Disgusting. Making me sick.
You know what?
Come on, you deserve better than that.
You're like, pizza or sex? I don't know. This pizza looks pretty good.
We redid the master bathroom, like maybe it's a year now, something like that. And so now we have this like our master bathroom is really big. Like you could ride a bicycle in it. Like it's pretty big. And
you got like a vanity in there, dual sinks, the whole deal, huh?
Yeah. So the shower, you like walk in it, like it doesn't have a door. There's like a little room
Glass
for that is the showers. And so
there's glass along the shower there.
Say that again. No,
there's glass. It's entirely open.
There's like a wall that you sort of walk into the shower area.
Like
and
a
waist high wall. A waist high wall.
No, the wall's like head high. You could look over it.
You could put a towel over it.
Mm-hmm. You could put a towel over it, but you wouldn't because there's shower heads on both sides coming at you. So like I have 4 shower heads and then she has 4 shower heads and there's some others.
Yeah, the goon sessions there must be sick.
My point is we shower together in that room now, like all the time. It would be rude to just walk in the shower and not invite her. Like that. Mm-hmm. That's the vibe we have going on now. So the fact is we're standing like naked in front of each other, showering 5 or 6 days a week, I would say. And that is part of what I think our motivation to stay skinnier is too.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm not a big shower with the wife. Like I don't like showering with my wife, or even when I didn't have a wife with another. I don't want another person to shower with me.
Yeah, but you're gay, dude. Woody's straight.
Harley, I'm pretty sure we covered your Instagram algorithm the other day. It wasn't looking too straight to me, dude. So like, I feel like this is a big debate because some people are down with that. Like, you get down with that, Harley? You like a couple shower? Even if I had space, I want the space for myself.
No, I like the sabotage. Like if she goes in the shower, that's when I'll see it going down. I'll come in. And they're like, don't wet my hair, and I'm like, everything is getting wet.
Yeah, if you ever been around a Harley post shower, like when he walks out of the shower, it's like a tsunami has left the bathroom and is entering
like water. Someone took one water balloon and smashed it against the ceiling. That's all.
No. It's more like a water fight went down and the entire floor is soaking.
No, you're being hyperbolic and I'm being accurate. And what I'm describing still sounds crazy, but I want everyone to know that I'm being 100% accurate when I say it's like one water balloon smashed against one wall.
But our audience won't believe you with the trust me bro defense, all right?
If your master bath was like a little locker room and you had shower heads for each of you, would you be more into the dual shower, or do you just want your alone time?
No, I really prefer to be alone. I think that I prefer to be alone.
He's just ugly and grumpy, dude. It's probably it's the naked body baggage.
I was asking because I could understand.
He doesn't want to get clowned, but
that naked
I want
body.
the light. I want it to be dark. I want it to be cave-like. I want it to be dark.
You could just want to be alone, like you said,
shower with the lights off.
He might.
I do shower with the lights off. Yes,
if
completely
there's only
dark.
one head, then it's cold. Right? Somebody has the water and somebody's suffering, and the two people sharing one shower head thing.
And I'm a nice guy. Like, I'm like, oh, here,
Yeah, right? Like, it's okay for a change of pace.
More than I do, I don't need to get that.
That's not him. That, everyone listening, that's actually not the type of guy he is.
What?
I just can't imagine that.
What?
That he would stand in the cold?
He would for sure. He would take the
Who,
water
me?
for. Yeah.
No, dude,
there's no way your wife showers with you. She doesn't want to shower with you. You're making it seem like it's your call. I feel like it's not Lynch. That's
Woody makes a good point. He makes a very good point about the dual shower, because that is part of the issue. Is
you only got dualies in your house, bro. I've been there. You only got dualies. I do have dualies.
That's true.
You got dualies top to bottom.
But do you think it's weird that I do shower in the dark? Is that weird? Like I want to feel like I'm going to bed.
How
it
dark?
Is weird.
Completely pitch black.
I've done that before.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, pitch black?
I have one crack. Crazy, I have one crack to there's 2 doors. I went into one room, one to the other. And
dude, you got to change up your diet. This all revolves around you not wanting to see your naked body.
It's not diet related.
I'm shocked that you take
if I was showering in the dark, listen to Matthew right now. It's literally the guy's motivated by his presence in the shower. You're in it, dude. He has a 6-pack.
Yeah,
and he's all about looking at himself in the shower. You don't have a 6-pack. Okay. You go in the pitch black. I bet you call your wife and you be like, come watch me shower. Wash your body with the lights on. Let her laugh at you while you wash your body. Call her in. That'll turn your shit around.
No, you're wrong, because I
harness what he's got here.
I'll walk out of the shower into the light, like after the fact. I just want to feel like it's almost bedtime.
With a t-shirt on. You come out of the bathroom with a t-shirt on, right?
When you said you showered in the dark,
No.
I thought you meant the
Me
one
too.
particular light above the shower
No.
wasn't on.
No,
Me
it's
too.
pitch black in the bathroom. There's literally just a crack to the door to one of the bedrooms with the light on, and that's it. And that's
You're the
how-
only person who does that.
And it is a deep shower that's cavernous almost. So I feel like I'm in a fort or something, like taking a nice shower. I'm ready for bed after.
Wow.
It's great.
Oh yeah, wait. Actually, one more thing.
Mm.
What's the craziest ketamine trip you had?
Oh, shit.
And was it R ketamine or S ketamine?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't know there were two kinds of ketamine.
Yeah, you should talk to your guy. You should talk to the guy about it. But what's the craziest thing that happened? What was it like?
Trying to. So what it's normally like is. So I did when I was doing ketamine. For people who don't know, maybe a lot of people here aren't PKA fans.
They are. It's all of them. It's all
I was kind of not in my best place, like mental health wise, like maybe just a little depressed, searching for purpose, feeling the pressure of being the provider. And
no 6-pack.
yeah, I don't know, but and I just kind of wanted the like I saw Mind Bloom. Like I had a friend who was doing psychedelics, and he was always like so pro psychedelic. I think he influenced me a little bit, but I didn't want to like buy from some dealer or like go to the local college with my skateboards and try to hello fellow kids it or something. Like I don't even know how to score this, but there's a company online, Mind Bloom. They don't pay me, and they would like the way they do it is there's 6 trips, and they give you the first dosage based on like maybe your size or your goals, and then after you take it, they adjust it. And then you get your next 5 doses. And those are practically solo trips. The first time you take it, you do like a video call, and they watch you take your blood pressure to make sure that you're okay with this. They give you a blindfold. They give you music to listen to. Binaural music. Do you know this word? No? There's no words or anything. It's just like sounds and waves and stuff. And
Binaural?
Can you say it again?
Binaural?
I think you're right. Yeah, okay. It's a new word for me. I don't.
Me too. I
learn it by reading, so I mispronounce everything. But so then they give you the music, and the music is like specific things. Like it dissolves in your mouth for the first 7 minutes, and at that point, there's like a chime in the track that tell you like it's time to spit and do whatever. They give you anti-nausea meds. They really set you up for success. If you've never done psychedelics, the mindset and the setting that you take it in is really important. So going into it, you talk about like, what are you trying to get from this trip? You journal afterwards. I'm there with a weighted blanket, a scented candle, a blindfold, the headset, like the whole thing. Everything is like controlled and set up for success. And normally what it's like is I'm just kind of thinking about what's important, and I'm coming up with these revelations that are probably pretty obvious. But if you're like me, whenever you have an idea, that's immediately countered by all the reasons that idea could be imperfect. You know, I should do this. Well,
yeah, right.
Woody,
you think an idiot like us can do something? Yeah, right. You don't even think about it, pal. But when you do ketamine, that's less. It's
gone. Every idea or thought or revelation I have is a banger. I don't want to say I'm a genius. I just am not self-critical on ketamine. And then when you journal it afterwards, like, you know what? This is what fills Jackie's bucket. This is what we should do with Colin. This is how like these are my priorities, and everything was so simple. And then you read it afterwards and you're like, you know, you were onto something. So that's a normal ketamine trip. There was one time though, since you asked about my craziest, I'm there and I have like my computer with the headset attached to it in bed as a laptop, and it's playing the music, but it's a Mac, and I don't know what was different about this. I just wasn't like making progress on my issues or anything. And I text my wife and I tell her to come upstairs and blow me. And she's just like on my way. And so that's how it started, and it ends with a bang. She bangs me. And
that's a sick ass trip, dude. What are you talking about? It sounds
dude.
lit.
And then the journal afterwards, I just like, it's a 1.5 page long, like play by play of all the shit we did and what I liked. And I have this like
You ever take that journal entry out and whack off reading it?
I've read it again though, but like I don't think I whacked off to it, but like I have like 12 documents, like Mind Bloom 1, Mind Bloom 2, and like Mind Bloom 7 is the banger. Like that's the one. That one is Penthouse Letters.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Say anytime, how much ketamine do they give you like in something like this?
Ooh, yeah. So I want to say, by the way, it's a dissolvable pill, so I'm not sure that my numbers are like translate into people who spray it or whatever. But it was like a 450 the first time I took it, and I was like, it definitely worked. But I felt like if I wanted to pretend I wasn't high, like say my parents came in and I'm a teenager, I kind of could have played it off. And I don't want to be leaning into it. I want to be unable to escape it. Right. And at Mind Bloom, they're like, "Yep. I hear you." And they upped it from 450 to 800. And I was like, oh, we're not messing around. Like that's, they heard me and like they just about doubled it. So those are the numbers.
Yeah, dude, at 800, I'm fucking standing on the side of the road, operating my phone to call an Uber, talking to the doorman, and then ordering drinks. But the entire time I'm googly eyed. And I'm walking like fucking Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, I am, on the thing, and I'm like, sometimes I think about the stuff I talked about before. Like, these are the things that I should do to be a better version of me, a happier me, and making everyone else around me happier too. Other times though, I'm just like, I've heard it called ego death. Like, in the scale of the universe, I'm nothing. I am like I'm here for the blink of an eye, on a universe time scale, and I'm just like one little organism on one little planet and one little
this is
unremarkable.
It's positive when you're thinking like that,
it is
right?
a positive thing.
Yep,
yeah,
I've had that.
It's
absolutely.
like a stoic mindset almost when you
it's
think of it.
like a sort of relax, Woody. Like this is not the end of the world. This is not feeling less significant made me feel less pressure.
So I have a question, because I've never experimented. Like, I was open to that type of stuff when I was younger, and now that I'm a bit older, I think like the way Harley would use it, the way you use it, I'd probably lean more in the direction that you were doing from like a therapeutic standpoint.
Yeah, bro, you can't do it how I do it.
That's for sure. Though my fear is that I have some things in my life that are like, without getting into detail, are like, somewhat stressful, whether it's health related or whatever it may be. And my concern about when you go too deep into some type of psychedelic is that my brain will fail me and push me in the wrong direction into a negative area. And that's always my fear. Like, I'm open to it and I've thought about it as a way to deal with issues, but I am fearful of the idea, because I have done some things in my life. There is some stuff in my life that I think could creep in, and that creep might ruin it.
You should definitely, it absolutely would. You should never do a drug like this until you have basically, which I don't know actually if you go to therapy or anything like that.
No, I don't. I do my own.
But people that have things or something like that going on, or anything, like people that have personal issues, like if you haven't like faced trauma, doing a psychedelic could be a terrible trip. And could be a really bad experience. And that's like the type of thing, if I ever wanted to utilize it to come to terms with anything or whatever, like that's the type of thing where I would do a guided one, like what Woody does. I don't know if what he does is the same, but people do like couples therapy and stuff.
No, see, I don't do therapy. I'm mindful of what Woody mentioned, like sort of ego death, the concept that like really it's just sort of not all bullshit, but that's how I like to describe it to myself. Like at the end of the day, because I'm the same like you would, I'll start thinking about something and then I will pick it apart and think about the 10, 20 different things. That's just the way my brain goes. I'll start convincing myself otherwise of things. I'm a little less impulsive, I guess, when it comes to things. But the way I've improved in dealing with that stuff is sort of recognizing day to day, how insignificant some things really are ultimately. And as you get older, you get more comfortable. Of course, you get, you learn more, you understand a bit more, but obviously it's always a process. But I am fearful to take the step that you guys would take out of I just don't want to end up in a bad place mentally as I do it. Cause I feel like once you're in it, you can't get out of it. You're kind of in it. It's not like you're doing like a 1 second drug. You're doing something that's going to, have some lasting effect over a period of time. Like in terms of like, it could be hours, right?
My response to that is, one, it's about 45 minutes. 45 minutes, 60 minutes. is how long you're high. The other is set and setting, right? So you're worried that you're going to go to a bad place. Well, make sure that you're not in a basement filled with spiders, right? And we go a long way towards making like it. I'm me and you're you. But for me, the weighted blanket, the scented candle, the music they set you up with, the first like 7 minutes I talked about is actually some sort of motivational speaker who's sending you in the direction that you want to go. And you can be like, what are you working on? Like they have ones for people who have like relationship issues, depression issues, whatever, anxiety issues, etc. And then the things that you listen to are tailored towards that. As a matter of fact, there are like video assignments to watch that earlier that day where people talk about like their TED Talks sometimes, you know, where people had these growth experiences and what they learn. And these things all set you up to avoid that bad trip that you're talking about. And I sound like
I gotta get my mindset right. That's it. It makes sense though. If you establish like a good mindset throughout the day.
Yeah.
We did mushrooms, a bunch of our, me and a bunch of buddies, and
what dose?
Like varying doses from like 2 to 5.
Okay.
You know, depending on some people. And one of my buddies was there, and he was just like on the couch, and when someone was like, dude, you look like a corpse, and everyone was cracking up. He totally did. It was hilarious, and we all laughed, and we didn't really notice it, but like the rest of the night went on, whatever. But the next day he was like, oh yeah, I was completely bad tripping the entire time because his dad died like 6 months before. And then once someone said that, like, that's all that he thought about. And like, he was like, I was a corpse. I became like a corpse. And like, we were just like, oh yeah, you were like tripping on the couch the whole time, but we had no idea that you were like, yeah. And he was just like, I do not want to do that for a really long time.
Yeah.
And it was just because he never thought about it, you know, he didn't think about it.
Makes
was
sense.
anyone
Don't hang out with
sober?
Harley with dumb friends.
Was anyone sober in your group?
Donnie was there.
Oh, Donnie. Yeah. Well, I
yeah,
no
one was sober. No one was sober.
When I did it, I told you about the video call. They like make you prove that you have a caretaker, you know, there for you in case things go sideways.
Like, that's a big liability thing, you know?
Yes, you're probably right. That's probably a big part of their motivation. But I also think it's like doing it the right way. With my air quotes are off screen.
I also know people I know a guy who fell out of a like 3-story building high on mushrooms. So I feel like I've heard of more than one instance where someone's been
back home?
Yeah, back home, like in high school.
See, actually, him and his friends back home, fucked up scene. I'm already thinking about what actually happened. Someone fell out of the 3-story, and that's how the way shit moved. Actually, that's not an exaggeration. So it's funny that you talk shit about my friends, but you got people fucking throwing people out windows, dude.
I have the craziest fell out of a window story. It's super fast. My friend's wife is like my best friend in high school. When she was like 2 years old, she was pressing on the screen, you know, not the window, but like the screen that keeps the bugs out from the 2nd story. Well, that screen wasn't well attached on the house, and she fell on the screen. It landed on a wheelbarrow, and it worked like a trampoline, and she was completely uninjured and okay because she landed like in like a safety net.
That's insane. But it's such a like what, this is like 80s. This is the 80s.
Probably, yeah.
Like a screen door that can between a child and their death is so 80s.
Right.
Like I think about some of the stuff in the 90s. I see like they're like, oh yeah, this parent got arrested because their kid was like 2 miles from home. And I was like, that wasn't crazy back in the day. Like in the 90s, like that wasn't crazy. There was like 2 miles. You
don't have a kid, but you realize what's really crazy is how they used to make us sleep versus what it's expected now. Like you see these pictures and you're not supposed to have stuffies. You're supposed to they're supposed to sleep on their stomach, even though they fucking hate it. You know, there's all these things for set up like to avoid something bad, you know,
they're
happening
supposed to sleep on stomachs
now. No, sorry. On their back. Sorry. Other way around. Yeah. On their back and because they could suffocate, but back in the day, they just put us in there.
Check on the kid right now.
Surrounded us by like a bunch of stuffies, and just leave us there. And
dude,
no one,
stuffies with like small buttons that you can
like choking hazards everywhere.
Talking about how things change. The craziest one for me is how like dads would run away from families. Like my grandfather ran away from his family when my dad was 10. Dude went like 17 miles, and it's like they didn't know. Right, it was a whole different town. Like he was just in a different unit,
and he just lived there.
Yeah. He
The rest
moved
of his
17
days with
miles,
another
got a new
family or
job.
something?
Took him decades to find this man.
That's crazy.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
like looked up to see if he was still alive because technically he didn't divorce my grandmother. He just disappeared. And she's like, do I have like Social Security benefits I'm eligible for? And they're like, yeah, still alive. Darn it.
And now a guy can can't even murk a guy in the middle of the street and not be, he gets caught in like 5 days. That's it.
I knew
Yeah.
a guy that like a buddy, his father had passed away, and at the funeral, a whole other family came. He used to spend a lot of his time doing work,
that's more
going on
common than you
business
think.
trips.
You
And like
know a
whole,
guy?
yeah, and a whole other family was there, and it was like a much younger family.
Did they know
It's
about
just-
each other?
No, they did not. Neither of them knew about either.
That's
of them.
that's
Crazy.
more common than you would think. I know more than one person that I'm friends with who, like, in their family, there's secret families that exist from their grandparents that were just never talked about.
I would not want that.
Figured out later, like late in the game.
Balancing two families. First
I mean-
of all, you're bawling
For
for them to not know. That's like you gotta
you
like
could do it. You go, like you said, go a couple towns over. You know,
I don't like the secret keeping. It's just too much secrets. Me 10 years ago, I would ask like personal questions of my co-hosts. Let's talk about your girlfriends and this and that. Now, I don't want your secrets. Like, you know, I don't want to have to keep your secrets, so I don't ask the questions that the audience shouldn't know. That's
like how much Kyle and Taylor get paid.
you silly goose. You think Kyle and Taylor get paid? It's all for me.
Hey, bro, I know all about that. I've been keeping the dozens of dollars from Lynch and Donnie. But Woody, aka Woody's Gamertag, aka Big Matt, 6-pack Matt. Thanks for
I hope
coming
we
on.
made a good show. I hope your audience liked
I
it.
think it was sick. We even put an extra 30 minutes for the patrons.
Very good.
Your patrons. I don't have any.
Oh, okay.
Where should people find you?
Check me out at Epic Mealtime. Just Google me. You'll find me.
Yeah, those are some good episodes that they'll get if they're still up.
All right.
And what about Lynch? You got anything you want to shout out this week? You want to get a golf sponsorship, bro?
Shout out
Do
to
a
my
shout out
family,
to
dude.
Titleist or something. Shout out to your family.
shout out. No, you know what? Actually, shout out to my dad. He just had a couple stents put in. He's
cool.
recovering.
They're
so,
good at that now.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Hell
shout
yeah.
out to him.
Yeah, shout out to him. Shout out to
He's not
him.
gonna
Cool.
listen this far though. That's for sure. But
For sure not. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. But all right, guys, thanks for listening. And yeah, go to the subreddit. Actually, we look at that shit all the time. And yeah, all that stuff. Trust no one except us. Follow your heart. Peace.